This is the all-new Cherokee, the smaller brother to the Grand Cherokee, a car-based SUV that's competing with one of the most hotly contested segments in the auto industry, compact SUVs. You've got the Ford Escape, the CR-V, the RAV4, the list goes on and on. But what sets this vehicle apart from the others, it's a Jeep. It has to be good on-road, but also off-road. So we're heading into the mountains, away from the Pacific Coast Highway here in Malibu, to take this Jeep off-road. Some might remember the last Cherokee sold in the 1990s, a very square truck-like SUV built for people who like the Jeep brand and the go-anywhere attitude it represents. Enter this new 2014 Cherokee, a world away from the old model. The sleek car-like profile, sharp front-end design, and classier trim might be a bit much for some Jeep purists. The thing is, Jeep isn't trying to win over Jeep fans, they want to garner new buyers who are already shopping the competition.
Obviously, Jeep customers are buying the vehicle in a lot of cases because they have to drive in different, more demanding conditions. And so in snow mode, we will change the shift schedule and we'll launch in second gear, so you'll have more traction. There's different parameters to the shift schedule in snow mode. We have sand and mud, which again has unique shift scheduling in the driveline torque balance between the front and rear wheels is essentially preset in those conditions to then react to whatever the driving situation will be. So I mentioned that it's fully variable, so it'll be in that position, and if the front wheels need more torque, it'll react, or rear wheels need more torque, it'll react accordingly. So those four modes give us full range of capability to satisfy the Jeep customer.
Well, when you get in the new Cherokee, it kind of reminds me of two vehicles. First of all, the bigger brother, the Grand Cherokee, and the other one is the Dodge Journey, but that's a good thing, and I'll explain in a second. First, the Grand Cherokee. The upper part of the dash has the stitching in it the same way, and the overall shape of the radio and the vents here on the dash are very, very close. Now, speaking of the screen, this has the 8.4-inch Uconnect screen, but that's not standard equipment. You actually get a 5-inch screen, which used to be the premium screen in Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge products just a couple of years ago. So that is nice that that's standard equipment. Also standard equipment, air conditioning, Bluetooth connectivity, power windows and door locks, remote control, and nicely equipped vehicle. And it goes up from there depending on what you want. Now the Journey element of it, well, check this out first of all. Underneath the passenger seat, you have a place to store things and keep things out of the way. That comes from the Journey, and the overall shape of the dash reminds me a lot of that product. But when Chrysler redid their interiors a few years ago, I thought that one of the standout vehicles that received the best treatment overall was the Journey, so they've kind of incorporated both. Now, speaking of features, this vehicle is available with a heated steering wheel. You don't often find that in compact SUVs. All the readouts and everything are easy to see, and behind the steering wheel is another screen. It's customizable. These are features you don't often get in small SUVs. Now, speaking of size, great outward visibility, everything's easy to see. The back seat has plenty of knee room, even when I've got the seat adjusted here in the front for the way I like it. The seats fold down, and the back seats slide forward to provide more cargo space in the back. Now, this Cherokee has the world's first 9-speed automatic transmission. So why would Jeep go to a 9-speed automatic transmission? They've had continuously variable transmissions in the Patriot and the Compass in the past. Why not just go with a CVT?
Gear states in a 9-speed are very close together, so you don't have that engine flare between shifts, which is something we think is a benefit for comfort, and it's a benefit for fuel economy, with the wide ratio span being great in low gears, where you get performance in low gears, but in gears 7, 8, and 9, all of which are overdrive ratios, you get reduced engine operating speed at highway miles and improved fuel economy.
Having a chance to drive both the 4-cylinder and V6 models with the all-new 9-speed automatic, I'm kind of torn between the two. The V6 is the engine of choice for towing, steep mountain runs, and long-distance driving. The flip side is the 4-cylinder is a very good in-city commuter, and the lighter engine helps this Cherokee to corner brake and maneuver better. The 9-speed automatic shifts quickly and smoothly. In fact, I forgot there were so many cogs, but it does improve fuel economy, with a highway rating of 6.4 liters per 100 kilometers with the 4-cylinder and 7 liters with the V6. The Trailhawk is a real Jeep. It scampered up some very steep and sandy covered trails and crawled over some impressive boulders too. This is thanks to a locking rear differential and a host of electronic aids. The most impressive feature is the low-speed crawling mode for both up and down hills. Spotting a Trailhawk is very easy due to the higher front and rear bodywork to help with approach and departure angles. Now, the biggest knock you're going to have against the four-cylinder engine is the noise. It makes more noise than the V6 Pentastar engine, which might be a reason to choose that slightly more expensive engine. Now, the overall dynamics of this Cherokee are really quite refined. The first time I got in and I thought, the steering feels good, it's muted from the outside world, and it has a great on-road feel. So we're driving to go and do some off-roading, but the on-road dynamics, which is the way most people are going to use it, is really quite refined. It feels more like a car than it does a truck. And for most people, yet again, that's what they're looking for in a small SUV. Didn't really touch much on the styling here. It looks different when you first get to see the Cherokee, but after a while, it grows on you. It's a funky looking vehicle, and you're gonna really like the looks of it when you get the price, starting at just over $23,000 for the base model, and that's front wheel drive. You want an all-wheel drive, just around $25,000, $26,000. There's 3 different all-wheel drive systems to choose from. The one we had here was the most aggressive. Most people won't get that one, only if you have a cabin or a cottage or you do a lot of backcountry snow. We're not done with the Cherokee. We're gonna get it on our home turf and take it out for a much longer test drive to see what the mileage is like and really get to know it a little bit better. But first look at the Cherokee. It's different, but it offers a lot of technology.
Remember, extended reviews of many of our segments are available online at drivingtelevision.com.
So the Cherokee is built off of the compact US-wide architecture, which started on the Dart. We actually modified it to accommodate the Cherokee by modifying suspension on the front and the rear, but the underpinnings of the body are off the Dart, and then we modify the top hat, as we call it, to give the unique shape versus the Dart that we have today. So the towing capacity with a properly equipped model is up to 4,500 pounds, best in class. Oh, it's a true Jeep, through and through. We've gone all over the country to off-road in this vehicle. We've been to Moab multiple times. We're going to be out there again in another week or two. It can do anything that we expect the Jeep to do, and I think the customer will see it firsthand when they get it and be very, very impressed.